Hey guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, I was unable to be in class today live with you guys, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have class as usual. So, we're going to continue to have class, and we're going to be talking about websites, web browsers, and web searching. Last week, we talked about web web browsers a little bit, and we're going to look deeper into that, and we're also going to go deeper into web searching. Just as a refresher of other things we talked about IP addresses and how it is a kind of a bit of an identifier for every device that's connected to your network. For example, your Xbox has an IP address, your computer, and we made an analogy that it was similar to the social security or lunch number of sorts. So it'd be like each one of you has your own lunch number. And moving forward with that, we said that we talked about this thing called the DNS and how that gives that lunch number a name or that IP address a name. So instead of saying 34482, you say printer or Xbox. And so the DNS is the domain naming service. And we talked about how it was easier to just go to a website by its domain name like google.com instead of putting an IP address like 192.168.1.1. And so we're going to keep going off of that. And let's take a look at today's lesson. So in this lesson, you will learn more about websites and web browsers and how to become a master in web searching. You will also learn about how to add new features on your web browser and how to use Boolean terms to improve your internet search experience. You will be able to explain what a website is, evaluate the quality of different websites, use Boolean operators for a much better web searching experience, and discuss and check web browser kit compatibility and add new functions to your web browser. So, you already know about websites and web browsers, but let's make sure that we're all on the same page before we continue. So let's do this little refresher. A website. A website is a collection of related web pages that may include text, hyperlinks, multimedia content, and other things. It is typically identified with a domain name and published on at least one web server. So a website, google.com, YouTube, so on and so forth. In order to view these websites, you need a web browser. And I broke this down into two words for you, web and browser. So browser, as you know, is when you're at a Best Buy and you're just looking around, you don't want to buy anything, you're just looking, and one of the employees there comes up to you and says, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for anything in particular?" And you reply with, "Oh, no, thank you. I'm just browsing." That means you're just looking. So then the first word is web. So you're looking at websites. So here's a couple of examples. You have Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, Apple Safari, Opera, and Firefox. I know right now I'm using Google Chrome, but this isn't my home computer. This is my work computer. If I had to make a recommendation, it would be the new Microsoft Edge. It's not the icon that you see right here, and you could easily find it with a quick Google search and putting the new Microsoft Edge. And I'll tell you why while we're looking at it. So the new Microsoft Edge is actually very friendly with your memory. And if you remember, memory was that RAM that I told you how many apps you can open at the same time. So if you don't have much memory, then you can use something like Microsoft Edge, which is very friendly and it doesn't take up as much RAM. Personally, it's my favorite by far. And it looks just like Google Chrome. And you guys know how to access a website. You open up one of those web browsers, you put in your URL, google.com, and you just hit go. So let's check out the quality of certain websites. So we're going to look at the first one, which is uglytub.com. And here's a website. And so, okay, cost efficient and low maintenance. We're looking at this together. So revive your bathtub or kitchen today. So it looks like it's Bath Magic, and okay, what they cost per hour, and it's a cleaning service is what it looks like. Request an estimate, before and after. Okay, so that was interesting. Let's check out another. art.yale.com or .edu, sorry. Ooh, look at these backgrounds. That's not too good. I mean, I don't know. The aesthetics just aren't, or the looks of it aren't as quite as pleasing, right? Let's try another one. Okay, this one, I like the way it looks. It looks really clean. And interesting. Develop across all. Oh, this is an app developing website, it looks like, for programming. That's cool. Khan Academy. Okay, it greets you with a giant pop-up. Not bad, I guess it explains. But this one has better aesthetics, I think, and it's pretty easy. You know where to go. You know who you are if you're a learner. You guys aren't teachers, or your parents can go. Pretty organized. Okay, which sites did you like? And what is interesting about the site? Which site did you not like? And why did you not like the site? Okay, so now we're going to look at certain criteria for evaluating the quality of a site. Some websites might not be very pleasing to look at. Some may not be very useful. So what makes a website great? Here are two important things you need to remember when using a website. The first is the quality of the information presented in the website, and the second is the quality of the design that it delivers the information in the website. Now, on your own, click this cheat sheet for the criteria for accessing the quality information. After studying the cheat sheet, open 4 websites and evaluate the quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this with you, and this will be in your Google Classroom, and I'm going to make this an assignment. So this is the cheat sheet, and you're going to evaluate 4 websites for me, and that's going to be your homework. So I'll leave that in your Google Classroom as an assignment. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about those Boolean terms, right? So we're going to be searching with keywords. So far you learned what a website is, what makes a website great, and now you'll learn how to search for a website that you can use to help you with school. How do you search for information in the web? What would you type first in the search box in Google, Bing, or Yahoo? Let's find out about using a search engine.
According to Wikipedia, Yahoo Search is a rebadged version of the Bing search engine owned by Yahoo headquartered
My Google Home went off.
California.
Okay. So how to search information using how do you search for information using search engines? Often called browsing the web or surfing the web. It is information in action for finding or collecting information for various web pages via the internet and typically uses a search engine. Example, Google, Bing, or Yahoo, that collects and displays existing web resources to one place so you do not have to jump around. Okay. So search engines. Search engines are a huge database of web pages that have been collected automatically by a machine. A search engine may automatically find a web page or the website of an owner and may submit the URL to the search engine. So these are a couple basic ones: Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And if I'm being honest with you, the only one you're ever going to need to use is Google. Yahoo and Bing are trash. They're not trash. They're just not well thought out. I mean, it's so hard to find information sometimes. So searching strategies. There are clever ways to sift throughout the huge amount of web pages that search engine displays. Whenever you search, search engines will scan the index of web pages with keywords, phrases, quotes, or information. Search engines are the best at finding unique keywords, phrases, and quotes. So keywords, an important word or concept, are often buried in the full text of a web page. But search engines will scan and find these because the search engine will index. I fumbled my words. But search engines will scan and find these keywords because the search engine will index a web page word by word. I want the web pages 6th grade science projects. I want web pages science. Which of these two will get better results on science projects? If you said the 6th grade science projects, you are right. And that's because it narrows it down by the grade and the topic and what kind of topic, right? So on one side, you have science, and it's just so broad and vague. You will find anything on science. But on the left, it's particularly 6th grade science projects. Okay. So some words are Boolean operators, and these will help you search easily and quickly. So you have words like and, or, not. And I'm going to show you something. So if I go to google.com and I search football, first thing, I'm sorry, I meant to search the Eagles. First thing that comes out is the Philadelphia Eagles, right? So if I put something like Eagles, not football, then other things come out. Did this not work? I was supposed to use the, oh, Eagles. Okay, so I made a mistake. Let's watch this video to help us both out.
Boolean operators may sound funny, but did you know Boolean operators can help you search for articles faster and easier? Most common Boolean operators are and, or, not. You use these words when making choices every day. For example, when you're in the food court, you might want pizza that has thin crust and pepperoni. This means you require the pizza has both things. A pizza without both just does not fit your needs. Or you may want to find pizza that has either a thin crust or a hand-tossed crust. Or means you'd be fine with either of these options. Or gives you more choices. You may also want to find a kind of pizza, but not a pepperoni pizza. Not means you are eliminating the consideration of any pizza with that ingredient. Looking at a biology example, you've decided to research why honeybees are disappearing. To find a few sources about the topic, you type some keywords into the search box. You type the phrase honeybees. However, you get too many results. Since you're researching why honeybees are disappearing, narrow your search and connect relational concepts with and. Searching for honeybees and colony collapse disorder means you will now see results that have both phrases mentioned. Each phrase is surrounded with quotes, so the computer knows that these words need to appear together. As you're looking for some of the results, you notice that sometimes honeybees is also called honeybees, or apis. You also notice that sometimes colony collapse disorder is referred to as CCD. Since you don't want to leave out any sources that might use these variations, use or in your search. If your search word has a synonym, abbreviation, or alternate spelling, use or to search for both words at once. Honeybee, or honeybees, or apis. Colony collapse disorder, or CCD. While scanning through the results, you notice that there's a lot of results that are about how pesticides can cause colony collapse disorder. You want to find articles about how some of the other causes, like pathogens, parasites, lack of nectar diversity, and management stressors, cause colony collapse disorder, so not is used to limit the search. Colony collapse disorder, not pesticide. Finally, you put all these strategies together, honeybee or honeybees, or apis, and colony collapse disorder, or CCD, not pesticide. Use parentheses around the words grouped with or to keep the Boolean operators separated, and use quotation marks around each phrase of two or more words to keep the words together. Using Boolean operators helps to get more specific results. You can now search for sources faster and easier. So next time you search and are looking for better results, just remember and or not.
There we go. I think I know where I made my error. So it's Eagles, and we want Eagles. We don't want football, so we're going to put not. and football. That should eliminate anything. Eagles. Maybe it works on Yahoo. So I search Eagles. That comes up as Philadelphia. Eagles. Not football. Okay, so now you know how to search for specific things and find broader searches. So the last part is talking about plugins and softwares. Okay, and so plugins are called add-ons or extensions. I have some up here, like Screencastify. That's what I'm actually using to record this lesson. So if I click up here, you can see all of my options that I have and how I've been recording this lesson. There are many Google extensions for Chrome. Google Chrome extensions. And they each have different things that can help on day-to-day tasks. For example, Kami allows you to do things like sign PDFs. This one would be good for signing that esports document I asked you to do. Grammarly checks your grammar. It'll correct anything while you're going. And so those are our extensions. Okay. So we can go to Google Extensions, search for Google Translator, and add one. So let's do that. We're at the extensions. Let's look for Translator. I'm going to add this one. Add to Chrome. Add extension. And I can close that. And now, if I turn on my extension, my translator, I can literally translate anything I want from any language to any other language I'd like, to English. And I can put taco. And there it translated taco to Amrik. Really neat, right? Okay, guys. So like I said, for your homework, you're going to evaluate what a good page looks like, and you're going to search for 4 websites and tell me if they're good pages or not. We'll see you soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. We'll talk to you later. Bye.